it was believed that the government should have checks and balances, and the person who believed this was a man named Montesquieu, and he was from France. The reason why he believed this and it was brought up was because he believed that the government was corrupt and you can pay to get a power position. And how we sort of see it in the colonial governments is that the colonial governments actually took this pretty well, to be honest. Like, they weren't totally against it, because they did have their own version of check and balances, but it was more like a check less than a balance, to say, because the king would appoint the governor, and then the governor would appoint advisors, but the legislator was elected by the colonists. Now the reason why is this is really a check of power, because now because the governor over here can't just go like, I want to do this and get his way. Now he has to go through two branches. But there's two. But the first branch and the main branch, which is the governor, is selected by the king. So that's why it's not as much of a balance, to say. And how we see the cause and effect of the Great Awakening to change the effect Montesquieu's idea, as George Whitefield believed that you can have a connection with God without having a connection with the Pope via the ministers at the churches. And so after this, people were starting to be like, oh, yeah, we don't want our country to, our churches and all that to be controlled by the state, and we wanted to have our own thing. And once that was granted, they would have civil liberty trains that will mostly ended in independence. And finally, we see how the immigration has affected Montesquieu's idea, because you see, these people are moving to the new land, and with them they're bringing their religion, beliefs, and culture with them. So whenever a country that has already adopted a check and balance system have been bringing it to the new world and really pushing for this check and balance system, while people who didn't have it before are like it so much that they if they ever go back to their mainland, they will push for a check and balance system. And yeah, and also we also see that this immigration from all the way back then is still affecting us today, because these ideas are still in effect. Like, and the New World, almost all a good amount of the New World countries have a check and balance system, and they're these major countries and these are pressuring other countries to adopt a check and balance system, which is with the immigration back then and the flow of ideas is helping Montesquieu's idea widen. But besides that, that's really all I have. Yes, this is for school, and no, I'm not going to make any more of these, because they're stupid.